distinguished members of the European Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, this is a great honor and also a great challenge for me to be here in front of you. As Mr. President mentioned, I was 12 years members of European Parliament, members of Agriculture Committee, and Vice Chairman of this committee. I was cooperating with a lot of you. And last 3 years I spent in European Court of Auditors, and also the agriculture is area my responsibility. I presented here last year Court Auditors reports about the Young Farmer Scheme, Rural Development Programming, and also I had the contact with with ENVI Committee. I presented reports about the food safety. Last time was presented my report because my candidature to the European Commission was presented by one of my colleagues from the Court of Auditors about the cross-border healthcare. Will be presented my next report about the antimicrobial resistance, linked also to the agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, during presentation of my report about the young farmers schemes in this committee, I presented also the kind of shocking information, shocking for some audience, that during 1 decade, from 2005 to 2015, we lost 4 million farms in European Union. The number of farms was almost 15 million, and after a decade, there was less than 11 million farms. It means that we lose 4 million per decade. It is 400,000 per year, more than 30,000 per month, more than 1,000 per day. Our debate is planned for 3 hours. It means that during this debate, more than 100 European farmers probably will lose their farm, their job. And for many of them, it will be tragical, very dramatic situation. Because it's not so easy to be today to be the farmer and tomorrow to do something different, to be taxi driver, for example. In many cases, this is dramatic situation for the European farmers. We know that for example, in France, there is the problem of suicide among the farmers. There is now is being shown the movie based on the true story, Au nom de la terre. This is tragic story, French family which lost incomes and they lost their farm. And maybe I'm too pessimistic at the beginning of my speech, but I promise that in further presentation I will be more optimistic. But there is anecdote. What is the difference between pessimist and optimist? The pessimist is generally better informed. It's very important to have the real picture of the situation in European agriculture. One of the reasons that I decided to be candidate to the position of the Commissioner for Agriculture, that I answered positively for this proposal, is that this is the chance to create a long-term vision for European agriculture, a long-term strategy. This is one of my tasks, which Madam President von der Leyen sent to me in my mission letter. One of my tasks, of course, if I will be approved by the Parliament, is to create a long-term vision for European agriculture. We have long-term vision for climate policy, long-term vision for energy policy. We don't have long-term vision for future of the European agriculture. This is very important to have such vision because the farmers ask us, what will be our future, what will be future for our children. This is very important to give the answer, to give a positive answer that there is future for European agriculture. To create a long-term vision is very important. Maybe any additional remark that such vision had the European leader like President de Gaulle, Chancellor Konrad Adenauer, Prime Minister Fanfani, who were European leaders when Common Agriculture Policy started, 1962. Common Agriculture Policy success story in European Union. Thanks Common Agriculture Policy, we have agriculture, we have food security generally, which is ensured. Of course, there is a lot of weaknesses, a lot of needs for reform of Common Agriculture Policy, but this is the success story. It was long-term vision at that time, long-term vision European politicians who decided to create Common Agriculture Policy. Now we need long-term vision how to reform this policy, how to ensure future for not only for the European farmers, but Common Agriculture Policy is not only problem of farmers, it's problem for all society. For farmers, we have to protect them, to save European farming. But for the all society, this is the problem: food security, food supply security, food safety also, and agriculture is also very important for the planet. The agriculture is very important for climate protection, for the environment, for the protection of biodiversity, also for animal welfare, which is an important issue for me, because in this parliament I was also chairman of the animal welfare intergroup. To create long-term vision for agriculture is very important to have a true picture of the current situation. And ladies and gentlemen, one of my first action, if I will be approved by the Parliament, will be to prepare a special report about the current situation in European agriculture. A report presenting where we are and where are we going, how many farms we have now, how many farmers, what is the generational situation. We know from the report of the Young Farmers Scheme, which was presented by me in this committee, that this is a big problem with generational renewal in European agriculture, and we should to compare the situation between, I propose last decade, what was 10 years ago and where we are now. This is very, very important to have true picture about this current situation. It should be the good base for the programming of the future development of European agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, very important thing is that we have the project, the program, European Green Deal. I'm convinced that green agriculture is the best solution for the future of agriculture. Environmental friendly farming. This is the chance to propose the good, to propose the support for the farmers who better protect environment, who better protect climate, who improve the animal welfare standards, rural development programming, in which we have 30%, which we should to spend minimum 30% for the environment and climate. This is big chance for especially for the small family farms in the European Union. I can promise that if I will be the commissioner, I will strong support the all actions which will be helpful for small and middle-sized farming, especially for family farming. Ladies and gentlemen, that my idea is for the future is to be open for the dialogue. Dialogue, of course, with you as a member of the European Parliament, and to the dialogue with our farmers organizations, with all society, with NGOs which are interested about the European agriculture. This is very important because the good policy should be created with dialogue with all our partners. Ladies and gentlemen, we have big chance to create a long-term vision for European agriculture, to create better future for our farmers, better future for European agriculture, better future for our environment. And if you approve me as a candidate, I will work together with you, together of all stakeholders, to implement such vision, to work for such future of the European agriculture. Thank you very much.